Right now, you are alone. Maybe you are in your room. Maybe you are on a walk. Maybe you are sitting somewhere quiet with no one around. And within minutes, maybe seconds, you reached for your phone. That instinct feels normal. It feels natural. But for almost all of human history, being alone was one of the most dangerous states a human being could be in. Your ancestors did not seek solitude, they were terrified of it. For roughly 2 million years, your species survived in small, tight bands of 10 to 50 people, not because they liked each other, because the alternative was death. A lone human on the African savanna was not a philosopher. It was prey. No claws, no speed, no venom. The only thing that kept your ancestor alive was the group. So your brain learned something deep and permanent. Alone means exposed. Alone means vulnerable. Alone means the end. Anthropologist Robin Dunbar at the University of Oxford spent years studying the relationship between human brain size and social group size. What he found was striking. As primate brains grew larger over millions of years, so did their social groups, almost perfectly in proportion. Your brain did not grow large so you could think abstract thoughts. It grew large, in significant part, so you could track relationships, remember faces, monitor alliances, know who was loyal and who was not. You have a social brain. It was built to be surrounded by others. Solitude was never the design. So what did ancient humans actually do when they found themselves alone? They did not relax. Every piece of archaeological and anthropological evidence points to the same pattern. Isolation triggered immediate, focused action aimed at one goal. Returning to the group. They moved. They tracked. They listened for voices. They followed fire smoke on the horizon. Being separated from the band was treated as an emergency, because it was one. Psychologist John Cacioppo at the University of Chicago studied loneliness for over 2 decades and found that the human body responds to social isolation the same way it responds to physical danger. Cortisol rises. The immune system shifts into a defensive posture. Sleep becomes lighter. Threat detection sharpens. Your body, when alone, goes into a kind of low-grade survival mode, the same mode your ancestor activated when separated from the group on open ground. You feel this today. You just call it restlessness, boredom, the urge to check your messages, that low hum of discomfort when the room is too quiet for too long. That is not weakness. That is your nervous system running a 2-million-year-old emergency protocol. But here is the counterintuitive part. Humans also discovered something else about solitude. Rarely, deliberately, and always briefly, they used it. Shamans, healers, and hunters in traditional societies across every continent practiced intentional isolation as a tool, not as rest, as a way to sharpen perception. When you stripped away the noise of the group, certain things became clearer. Animal tracks, weather patterns, the sound of water 2 miles off. The brain, deprived of social input, redirected its attention outward with unusual precision. Solitude was not comfort. It was a blade. Used carefully, it cut through distraction. But no one stayed alone for long. Because the brain that survived was not the brain that enjoyed being alone. It was the brain that felt just uncomfortable enough, just urgent enough, to always find its way back. The next time you are alone and you cannot stop reaching for your phone or scanning the room or filling the silence with noise, you are not distracted. You are not weak. You are running the oldest program your species ever wrote. You are trying to find your way back to the fire.